morning. It's Tuesday, October 31st, 2023. Peace is a part of the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. On the news this morning, debate trails seeming emergence of two speakers in Rivers State. Rivers PDP elders meet Governor Fubara as political crisis erupt. Governor Fubara holds Security Council meeting following impeachment proceedings against him. FCT Minister Nyesom Wike declines to speak on political crisis in Rivers State. On the foreign scene, Israel's Prime Minister rejects calls for ceasefire in Gaza. I am Ifechukwu Moyeli with the news. Let's begin the news this Tuesday morning with a debate surrounding the political crisis that erupted in Rivers State yesterday. As you may know, that the removed leader of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Edison Ehe, told newsmen yesterday that 26 lawmakers elected him as Speaker during a plenary held at the Government House in Port Harcourt.
I must thank my colleagues, 26 assembly members who have just elected me as the new Speaker of the 10th Rivers State House of Assembly. My commitment to Rivers people is that I will be fair, I will be just to all and sundry, and I will ensure that the rule of law takes its course. I will not betray my colleagues, I will not betray Rivers people, I will not betray my constituents. I will also ensure the independence of the Rivers House Assembly is adhered to with mutual respect to the judiciary and the executive arm of government.
Mr. Ehe also said that some members of the House were suspended during the sitting. Although he did not mention those who were suspended before his emergence as Speaker, Mr. Ehe also said the sitting of the House has been adjourned indefinitely.
The committee on information will publish their names, and the House has urged the House Committee on Petitions to give them fair hearing. The House has also adjourned Senate because the person session has served us a notice of indefinite strike from Abuja, so we can't sit again. The court is there. If you have any grievances, you can always approach the court. So that is the resolution of the House. I want to thank my colleague. Anytime I'm called to service, I'm here to serve Rivers people.
No journalist was allowed access during this plenary held hours after the sitting of the 24 lawmakers who removed him as leader of the House and suspended him and 4 others. His new claim as Speaker stirred a debate overnight as many wondered if the mace, which is the symbol of authority, legalized his claim. This is as online photos show the Martin Amewule-led House with a silver mace and that of Edison Ehe with gold mace. But lawyer Festus Oguche has a different thought on this.
Coming just to apply the provisions of the Constitution simpliciter to the effect that can be removed by a resolution of the House simply it does not satisfy the requirements of justice. The notice is imperative. You must be given notice of that impeachment before the House can move on to take any action that has been taken. I would say that the action at nominating another speaker, or appointing another speaker, or electing another speaker, whatever has been done today, is very farcical and a nullity.
The lawyer further explains why this is so.
The provisions of the Constitution does not outrightly state the procedure for the removal of the Speaker of the House of Assembly. It necessarily entails the issuance upon whoever is the Speaker of a notice of impeachment. You cannot take any action against any individual that will affect his interest in any manner at all without meeting the requirements of natural law, the natural law principle of hearing his own side of the story. If there are allegations and there are reasons to remove him, we should be put on notice of that.
Constitutional lawyer Richard Nwokocha also spoke to a correspondent about the legality of the reported impeachment of the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Martin Amewule, and the subsequent election of Edison Ehe as a new Speaker.
Legally, you require simple majority of members for the speaker or any such body to be impeached. Their own is by simple resolution. It's not regulated by Section 173 and 188 of the Constitution. Those ones deal with chief executive impeachment. So you need majority of members. But they can always argue there is majority of members sitting. That is why the question of whether a sitting took place, which is a sitting of elected members at a place that is resolved to sit with the mace, the symbol of authority present.
Professor Nwokocha also explained the process for impeaching a governor.
Within 14 days from when the notice was given, they will sit to resolve on whether or not to investigate the matter. Thereafter, if they resolve by a two-thirds of members present, they will now write to the chief judge to appoint a committee of 7 impartial people who are not party members and who are not serving in government to investigate that issue. That committee must return a report within 3 months to say whether or not the allegations are true. If they say the allegations are not true, the process ends there. If they say the allegations are true, then within 7 days from the date of the return of that information, the House has to be convened again, and if two-thirds of the members approve the report, that's when the governor stands impeached.
Meanwhile, one of the suspended members of the State House of Assembly, Victor Okojumbo, has faulted the plenary held by the Martin Amiwule-led House yesterday.
The governor assessed the chambers that was bombed, and we also heard that certain persons wanted to sit and then impeach the leader of the house, which of course is considered null and void. As it is not possible. Where did they hold the sitting? Who gave assent to it? I said the House of Assembly was gutted in fire yesterday, and all these are plots by unpatriotic Nigerians to subvert the will of the people, and it will not stand.
Other suspended lawmakers were the member representing Ahoda West, Sokari Goodboy, member representing Opobonkoro, Adolphus Oribe Niminga, and the member representing Boni, Victor Jumbo. Mr. Okojumbo also spoke on their experience with the police as he and Governor Fubara tried to enter the assembly complex yesterday.
By this morning, I and the members decided to go to the chambers to see for ourselves. But on getting to the front of the assembly, we found out that the police had cordoned the area. And then the executive governor of Rivers State, that's Joseph Fubara, joined us at the checkpoint there, and then we all went in. And then before we knew, the police started shooting at us. We were lucky that His Excellency was not killed in this assault on Rivers people.
The 24 lawmakers also started the impeachment proceedings against Governor Fubara. The impeachment notice was read by a member representing Omoma State constituency, Sylvanus Wankwo.
Acts of gross misconduct in the performance of the functions of the office of the governor by His Excellency Sasimila Fubara, Governor of Rivers State. Mr. Speaker, he said notice of impeachment was signed by 24 members of this House chamber. They are 1. Honorable Major Jack. 2. Honorable Adokie Toye Smart. 3. Honorable Nyeche Prince.
The Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Martins Amiwule, later asked the clerk of the House to forward the notice to Governor Fubara. He accused the government house and the House leader, Edison Ehe, of involvement in the fire attack on the Assembly complex on Sunday night.
Discovered that it was burnt down, and information reaching us is that this was supervised from Government House of Rivers State and Edison Ehe, majority leader of the Rivers State House of Assembly, and his cohorts, at a time when other states are making progress, trying to make life better for people of their states. Sadly, here we see a situation where the legislature is being attacked and not allowed to perform. We cannot really understand why our own chambers will be burnt down because somebody does not want this arm of government to survive or to function.
Meanwhile, the River State Governor Similayo Fubara has described the impeachment proceedings against him as null and void. The governor stated this when he visited the assembly complex that was burnt down by hoodlums on Sunday night.
I heard some people gathered here to do whatever. That is purely rubbish. Purely rubbish. Yes. You cannot sit when there is a problem and you say you're doing anything. What are you doing? I'm the chief security officer. I'm the head of the government. Yes. Surrender! Person that should come, declare the place, and create an alternative place for assembly to sit. So whatever action that is taken here is none and so for our good people, I will say.
The governor condemned the burning down of the assembly complex earlier while addressing scores of his supporters who had gathered in front of the government house in Port Harcourt. Governor Fubara demanded reasons for the impeachment proceedings against him. The governor also accused security agencies of compromise, saying they fired short when he earlier tried to get into the River State House of Assembly.
Whatever it is that wants to happen, let it happen. If Siminalayi Fubara is impeached, I am not the first, neither will I be the last. I'm saying if it happens. But what is important is any attempt that is not justified will be resisted. Let them come out and tell Rivers people that offense that I've committed. That is what I want. Come out and tell the people of Rivers State that offense that Fubara committed that is warranting impeachment.
Our correspondent reports that at least 17 police vans were stationed at the entrance of the assembly complex. The roads leading to the State House of Assembly complex were blocked. Meanwhile, elders of the PDP River State met with Governor Similayo Fubara at the government house in Port Harcourt. Correspondent Tonya Kachinwo's reports that those seen include former PDP chairman Felix Obua, Emma Ayaun, OCJ Okocha, and Ferdinand Anabraba. Earlier, other concerned stakeholders who met with the governor included the elder statesman Anab Saraibe and former member of the River State House of Assembly Evans BP. Their visit came shortly after Governor Fubara held a Security Council meeting following the impeachment notice against him. Still on this, the spokesperson of the PDP in River State, Sydney Barra, says the crisis between the executive and legislative arms of government in the state is a family affair which the party leadership will soon bring under control. In the meantime, FCT Minister and former Governor of River State, Nyesom Wike, has declined to speak on the current political crisis in the state. He declined to speak when our correspondent approached him after the Federal Executive Council meeting at the Presidential Villa, Abuja, yesterday. Still to come, power sector stakeholders call for review of Electricity Act. Stay with us.
My Niger Delta people, hope don't come more. Hope we be
Don't use life without paying, and adequate pricing should be met. So it will eliminate estimated billing, but then it will guarantee that whatever you consume, you will pay. Part of our mandate is to sensitize Nigerian engineers of what their practice and education entails. They should be able to be in the forefront of their practice. Engineers are encouraged to get into politics so that they will be able to make laws that will help engineering and appoint engineers because they know what the gaps are.
Some participants at the workshop also shared their thoughts.
The Kisi Trust Foundation undertook to begin a scholarship.
Powers of the national body and the powers of the state governments. That has to be resolved. Secondly, the technical aspects of the electricity supply industry have not been properly articulated in the new act, and we expect that after this workshop and subsequent other discussions that these issues will be thrashed out with competent engineers, not lawyers.
With the new developments in the power sector, we need laws that would foster this development. Today, we have been exposed to the pros and cons of this Electricity Act, and from all indications, so much has to be looked at to ensure that Nigeria achieves that goal of maximum power.
The Kisi Trust Foundation KTF says it has marked 5 years of successful awards of scholarship under its Ogoni Scholarship Scheme, with 495 scholarships to new beneficiaries. The Ogoni Scholarship Scheme is one of the programs of the Kisi Trust Foundation, which was set up years ago from the $5 million donated by the families of the Ogoni martyrs, led by Ken Sarowiwa, out of the $15.5 million settlement award in a New York court in their case against Shell. The 5-year celebration and fresh awards ceremony took place at the Law Auditorium of River State University last weekend. The managers of the scheme said by this fifth scholarship round, it has touched the lives of 1,725 Ogoni scholars. Chairman of the Board of Trustees of KTF, Uche Onyagocha, spoke at the event.
Scheme for Ogoni undergraduates in Nigeria tertiary institutions. This was in recognition of the overwhelming need and understanding of the relative lack of funds that characterizes Ogoni families and households, and the unbelievable potential for learning that Ogonis are inherently blessed with.
The former Vice Chancellor of River State University, Professor Bariname Beke Fakeye, also made a presentation at the event.
It has also been found out that prosperity and success depend on the relative mass of educated people. So uneducated or lowly qualified habitants cannot work correctly in their capacity anywhere in the society. That is why education is important. It's been documented in several places that quality education is a weapon for excellence against inequality, squalor, and poverty.
Giving a background, the executive director of the Kisi Trust Foundation, Lebata Ndegwe, said the beneficiaries must remember that they are benefiting from the blood of fallen Ogoni heroes, saying the least they can do is work hard to succeed and give back to the Ogoni community someday. Some of the beneficiaries also spoke.
My name is Mark Happiness. I'm from Thai local government. First of all, I want to thank God for giving me the grace to be part of this scholarship and also to be part of this award ceremony today. Also, I want to thank them for being so transparent and keeping this scholarship ongoing. They have not been biased, because if it was done selectively, I don't think somebody like me would have merited the scholarship and some of us here.
The first time I'm very happy, and I want to say the very big thank you to the organizers, from the directors and the chairman. Like, the money came to my aid, and it's very helpful, because at some point I was about to lose it. But this scholarship really helped me a lot, because some of us, honestly, we don't have any guidance or parents backing us.
Away from that, the president of Ogoni Liberation Initiative, Douglas Fabeke, has called on the police and the security agencies to investigate an alleged case of threat to his life and intimidation by Senator Lee Mima Dr. Fabeke, in a statement, said the alleged threat to his life and intimidation started following his advocacy for better Luwa community and Ogoni at large, where justice and peace will reign. He said Senator Lee Meiba should be held responsible if anything happens to him. He appealed to stakeholders in Ogoni and River State to also intervene in the matter. According to Dr. Fabeke, in 2021, Senator Lee Meiba allegedly arrested and detained him and his brother Kingdom Lolo for trying to speak up about the kidnap and murder of their father. He said in 2022, the High Court of River State, presided over by Justice Augusta Chukwu, declared the arrest as unlawful and ordered Senator Lee Meiba to pay to his brother 1.1 million naira as damages for infringing their fundamental right. Douglas Fabeke also accused Senator Lee Meiba of going to Luwa community on Saturday to allegedly incite youths of the community against him. He said since the alleged threat was made, he has been living in fear and is now calling the attention of security agencies to the matter. When contacted, Senator Lee Meiba described the allegation as false. In other news, the federal government has approved a 2.18 trillion naira supplementary budget for the 2023 fiscal year. For more on this, catch the business news at 7. On the international scene, Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has rejected calls for a ceasefire in Gaza, saying it would amount to a surrender to Hamas.
He done of trading himself. James, hello.
Susan, I beg. Say the wine.